Very cool. Is that too dark? No, you can see me. Okay. I'm tired. I did an hour on YouTube earlier, 2 hours on TikTok, or an hour and a half on TikTok, and now this. Got to get a video out. Luckily, the only thing I have to do are pictures because the script is already written. This is going to be probably going to be a short one. So I'm counting on everybody to join in on that. We'll give it a couple more minutes for people to come in. That's okay. You're allowed to miss one or two or three or four. I should have guessed that. I knew that. Now, Baragon said he was going to be here today, so we shall see. Give it a couple more minutes. Nice. I started my Christmas season off. Oh. I watched last night A Christmas Carol. And it is a tradition, at least with me. If I had my own household, that would be a tradition in my household. So that's what I did yesterday. On top of reaching level 17 in my shark game that I play, you know, I'm starting to wonder, but anyway. Anybody excited for Cloud Forest? It's not going to be a long live, so I hope somebody has something to talk about, because at this point my brain is pretty much on whatnot. It was nice. It was a nice little movie. Of course, somebody's calling me. Where is 317? I don't think so. I think they're both equally slow. Anyway, yeah, neither one of them are super fast. I don't know. I really don't. Okay, cloud forest. I'm not waiting any longer. Cloud forests are found on mountains. That is a big part of what they are. They're found in tropical and subtropical climates, basically. And they can be found in other locations, but they're mainly tropical to subtropical. They often get their moisture from clouds and the fog that comes in, but they do get rain. Actually, quite a bit of rain. They often have unique flora and fauna that cannot be found anyplace else. They are often somewhere around 1,000 to 2,500 meters high, or 3,280 to 8,202 feet up on the mountains. They make up a whopping 1% of all forested lands in the world. And this is truly the climate where epiphytes abound. They do wonderful in this type of environment. Cloud forests can be found in South America, South Africa, Madagascar, Australia, southern India, Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, Hawaii, and a few not subtropical areas or tropical areas. There are also, if I didn't say it, there are also cloud forests in Hawaii. Cloud forests are basically rainforest. They tend to be cooler. I think so. That being said, it's possible they have cloud forest. It just wasn't in the material that I researched. They differ from a normal rainforest in that they actually are cooler. Of course, they're higher up in elevation. They receive less sunlight, which is weird. And the trees in these forests tend to be shorter and denser. Rivers in cloud forests tend to be shallow, fast flowing, and tend to have rocky bottoms. The animals include resplendent quetzals and, of course, mountain gorillas, just to be just as an example. And there are, of course, others. Another unique thing about cloud forest is when the leaves fall to the ground, they don't decompose as quickly, which means that nutrients are not available right away. So the plants have to wait on that. Mosses and ferns are widespread throughout. Some of these forests can receive as much as 275 inches to 385 inches of precipitation a year. While you might be surprised, there are birds from the United States who winter in these cloud forests. And I did not get their names. But you will also find black-throated jays, bearded screech owls, pink-headed warblers, and more, along with sloths, monkeys, speculated bears, tapirs, jaguars, toucans, wine-throated hummingbirds, among others, white-faced capuchins, pumas, ocelots, porcupines, and those are just some of the animals. Now again, depending upon where you live, depending upon where the cloud forests are located, dictates what animals or plants are going to be growing there. These just happen to be mostly in Guatemala and other environments in South America. A lot of the research that I was seeing was predominantly from South America. So, yeah, that is what I have. I told you it would be a quick one. I'm going to see. So, they play a role in nature. It may not be as big of a role as others. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I you would think if it were wetter, as wet as they say, that the leaves would decompose quicker. So, let's see. Cloud forests are defined by frequent presence of clouds or fog at the vegetation level, which forms as warm, moist air rises up mountainous slopes and cools. This constant blanket of mist acts as a natural filter, drastically reducing the amount of direct solar radiation that can penetrate the canopy and reach the forest floor. Yeah, but those are not these tropical and subtropical ones. But I did say in the opening that they can be found in other locations besides the subtropical and tropical areas. I think if you also look, you'll find out that there are cloud forests in the Pacific Northwest. Another thing that you'll find in some places in these rainforests include, at least in Asia, it includes some of the large pitcher plants. Because remember, the soil tends to not be as nutrient filled, and so the plants, or at least some plants, have taken on the ability to feed on other sources for nutrients. That made absolutely no sense. Some of the plants get their nutrients through other means besides roots. Right, exactly. And we see that with a lot of different stuff in a lot of different areas. I generally don't do tribes. I tend to focus more on the plants and animals found in those locations. So I do have to tell you that tarnished. Oh yeah. Oh, I agree, D-Man. I agree 100%. You know, I really am bad about that. I was talking about on TikTok how everybody's names gets shortened somehow. I think my dryer's done. Or washer's done. Man alive, guys. TikTok went today. I did get almost an hour and a half. Made 88 cents. Woohoo! I know, he said he was gonna try and come on. Ooh, Dino stuff. Yeah. That's a shame. Because I'd like to add to what I have. Ooh. A spinal claw. That'd be cool. Nanotyrannus. That's the new one, right? That everybody's talking about? Or does that... Yeah, that's the... Ooh, yeah, I have a spino tooth. I'm just mad. Okay. That's the one that we thought was the baby or the younger one, and then ends up it's its own species. Okay, I got it. Before I forget, Well, hopefully they turn a profit on it. You think that's the fire? That's the fire one. Thank you for the thing. It does feel like there's been that many. I haven't seen any of them, so. So, just for informational purposes, the Brazilian pepper tree had 13 views. Natureverse 4.7% the Gabus arboretum, 84 views. The spiny fern, the spiny cliff break, had 3. The plague that is water hyacinth, got 5. And so far, the southern pine beetle got 5 also. When it comes to shorts, I have way too many that are okay. Urban Wildlife number 1, 134 views. Prehistoric Coolness number 1, 1,052 views. Dangerous Animal number 1, 879 views. Dispelling Myth, Red-bellied Piranha, 919 views. Zoo Exhibits South America Swamps Capybara, 100 views. And your question answered, why did it take so long? 248 views. So shorts are starting to work their magic, which is amazing. Utterly amazing. I hope everybody's day has gone great and wonderful. That's good. In other news, what hopefully will be a slight upgrade in my stories is done. I finished it the other night. It ends a little bit abruptly, but it ends in a way that's very different from most monster movies. So, I don't know. But it is done. And I think my alter ego will like it for a change. Oh no. Sorry to hear for both of you. I hope she feels better. And I hope you feel better. I don't want to get out of bed today. It was too cold. there is no insulation around the plug-in by my bed. And so it lets in the cold. See, I like to make my own assumptions. I'm one of these people that, one, I don't want to know what other people think because I want to make my own opinions. Maybe I'm weird, but I don't even, rarely do I look at reviews. That's my brother. How many of those do I have left? One, no. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gods of Egypt is actually pretty decent. Yeah. It wasn't bad. I've seen it all the way through once. It helps to know the Egyptian pantheon, but you don't need to. A Dick Van Dyke tribute special or movie in theater next weekend. $1,877. Wow, that's a big jump. I thought it was just at I thought it was just at 1,867. When did it jump? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm flabbergasted. Yeah, yeah, definitely in a good way. Okay, yeah, I'm a little bit zoned out myself. I am tired. I'm honestly probably gonna have a nap before I get anything else done. I'm not going anywhere, but I am definitely tired. Nice. I had a Philly cheesesteak. That was more meat than anything else. Again, lovely. I've done 3 hours. Oh, I am, but I have the gift of gab. Oh, excuse me. D-Man 9FP. I don't know. I do like to talk, but I also need that downtime. So like if I go to if when I'm at church on Sunday, I'm around a lot of people. I need that downtime. Almost like I crave it. Oh, me too. Yep, it is. Exactly what that is. I was I had I had teachers who never heard my voice. In my case, it depends on the people I'm around. Yeah, but the only time I talked is when I read. Good point, D man. Good point. Yeah, I got made fun of a little bit. It depends on the subject. Welcome back, Ross Lynch. Fan 001. I gotta do better with saying people's names. Wow. This is its first day, right? Ross Lynch fan? That's not bad. I'd like to make that much in one day. Anyway, y'all, I'm probably looking at maybe signing off in a little bit. Not me. I embrace it. I was a nature geek, still am, and proud of it. History is amazing. Yeah. Yeah, but you can't. You got to make it fun. Yep. We are prone to make the mistakes over and over again because of that. I don't think we ever will come out of that. To be honest. Yep. Or they ignore the mistakes of the past. That is okay, D-Man. I understand where you're coming from. And there is truth to that, Ross Lynch fan 001. Oh, man. Well, guys, have we said everything that needs to be said? Yeah, I am exhausted. I'm gonna go downstairs, switch out my laundry. I don't have deep in me right now. I'd love to. I just don't have it in me to be deep today. To be honest. I've never had it. But if I had it my way right now, I would be getting deep fried shrimp with some french fries, maybe some chicken. But I'm also in the mood for some Chinese. Yep. I think it's a step above fast food. I feel like. Maybe not. Eh. I could go without. I've never had it. I don't do well with sauces. especially like anything with mayonnaise. I just can't do it. Something about the texture, I don't know. Um, I only use barbecue sauce. If I'm having nuggets, it's either barbecue sauce or um sweet and sour. Well, guys, I'll tell you what. I think I'm gonna sign off, and I'm gonna go do my laundry. I'm gonna do laundry. I think I need to eat again. A mint shake sounds good. Bye, everybody. I will be back tomorrow. I think. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Don't ask me what we're doing, because right now I don't know. But I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, it's exhibit focus tomorrow, I think. Bye bye.